right now. Let's go. What you got?
So, is chivalry dead? Is there a place for it in society?
It's funny you asked me that. That's a great question. Chivalry is only dead upon the women that are not interested in the man providing it. If you're that dude and you want to open a door or pay a bill, a woman will be completely happy with you being chivalrous. It's only the guy that women look at as creepy is they don't want those things. A bad bitch wants to be a bad bitch until the right dude comes up. Straight up. You turn up and you're that dude, chivalry can be right back alive again. That's been my legitimate experience in life. And then men oftentimes are worried about getting rejected or worried about looking like a creep, so they don't do chivalrous things. You become that dude, you can be as chivalrous as you please, my friend. Next question.
Do you think the concept of masculinity changed over the years? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, I think they feminized men a lot with feminism, and men got crushed by it when the working class man couldn't go to work and that wasn't enough to no longer provide for his family. I think that really hurt masculinity in a lot of ways. I don't have a problem with women working, but I think if given no influence and the proper opportunity, most any woman would want to not work and support her husband as he made the money. Not popular, but true. Women don't want to be men.
Is there a decline in respect for authority?
Yeah, because there's no repercussions. You see these Twitter videos of these people beating up teachers and shit like that. If there were repercussions in society, we wouldn't have as much crime. It's funny how you can look at a country that has legit laws, legit repercussions, and watch how crime starts to go away. A lot of the things that happen in America would never happen in Dubai or the Middle East. And that's simply because the person committing the crime or doing the heinous act knows that there's repercussions for it. So if there were more repercussions, people would act better. When I was growing up, there was things that I would never tell a teacher or never tell anybody older than me, not because I was worried about the cops, because I was worried about the parents that were gonna beat my ass when I got home. They might would whoop my ass either way. You add doing disrespectful things on top of that, embarrassing your parents, it just wasn't an option. Now it is an option. There's no respect because there's no repercussions.
If you had to describe America in one sentence, what would that be?
The country that forgot it's the GOAT. Everybody wants to talk bad about America. Everybody wants to give up on America, talk about giving their citizenship up. What America needs to remember is that we are the greatest superpower that ever was. And it's simply upon us not to rot from the inside out. If we could just come together and realize what we have and the dynasty that we've built, regardless of race, religion, political side, sexual preference, whether we believe in the vax or not, whatever it is, if we could just remember who the fuck we are as a country and come together, there's no country or group of countries that could come together and break what America has built. And that's simply up to Americans to do.
If you had started to make money online in your early 20s, what steps would you have taken that are different from the ones you've taken?
You're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have issues in your business. You're gonna have things that you have to overcome. I don't particularly think I'd have done anything all that different. I would have just focused on growing what was a good thing. I'd have been making money on the internet in my early 20s, then I would have continued to do it, and I would have looked for bigger and better ways to do it. That's what I did in construction, but at that time, the online vehicle was not there as much as it is today. And that's what's so great about the real world. These young men have the opportunity to get into a business model and use the same energy I had used in a brick and mortar business in an online business. And in my opinion, that's always going to be a lot more powerful, not because of the entrepreneur, but the business model itself.
What are your thoughts on listening to other people's advice that are not where you want to be?
You can take people's advice if you don't want to live the exact life they have, if they're not exactly who you want to be like. But take into consideration that a lot of people that are giving advice often don't even have control of their own situation. So take the advice with a grain of salt if you don't completely agree with the life that they live, especially if they're telling you how to live your own life. But if the advice makes sense to you, use it. I just generally say that I don't take advice from people that I don't want to be like. That doesn't mean that I couldn't niche down to a subject where I would. And only you can decipher that for yourself.
If a young man is starting to make money online, should they stay in the US or move to another country?
I can't answer that question for you. Regardless if you're an American citizen and you leave America, you're still responsible for the taxes there. In that regard, I wouldn't try to pull anything foolish. I would go where people treat you the best and that you could get the most bang for your buck with money. Best when it comes to women and friendships and your ability to network. I don't put that on a country or a city. It's just what's best for you at your point in life and where you are.
All right, which university degrees still pay off?
I think if you're going to be a doctor or a pharmacist, anything that's super niche, but you have to understand at this point in the world that I don't even think being a doctor is going to be as popular in 20 years as it once was. Because at some point you're trading time for money. And a lot of the freedom that people are getting to live because of making money online, I think it's changing things. We have plenty of students in the real world that make doctor money. The difference between them and that doctor is that they don't have to show up to an office every day. When I was growing up, nobody cared that you had to show up to work every day. Now people want location independence, and we're providing doctor money with location independence in the real world. And I think that's probably one of the most powerful things about what we're doing inside the real world itself. We're not only setting people free financially, we're setting people free location-wise. And that's hard to beat, my friend.
What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl?
On the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Nothing.
All right, nothing. If
What?
That's a good thought. It's constructive, you know?
Yeah, post it. I don't care. Like nothing.
Is there a personal philosophy that you live by?
No.
No. I thought you were stoic.
Did I tell you I was stoic? Have I said the word stoic one time in any of my content?
What do you think about anxiety, and what do you say to people struggling with it?
Anxiety is nothing more than the built-up tension of a bunch of things that you didn't handle. If you're anxious about something, you didn't handle something. When are you most anxious? When you're late? You didn't leave early enough. When you have a test because you didn't study or you didn't prepare enough. If you get anxious, you need to ask yourself, what did I not prepare for? And then you can stop being anxious so much.
Perfect. This is a good one right now. You ready? One more.
You're full of shit. I know what you guys are doing. You're trying to keep me on this balcony all night, hold me hostage, about to kick you out of my fucking apartment.
Just
What's
five
up?
more. Okay.
Yeah, just 5. You heard that? It was 5 more 50 questions ago. Just ask me something about TRW.
What do you think about you?
What do I think about TRW?
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly what I think about TRW. TRW is the only place in the world that you can go to learn from people that are doing that exact business that exact day. I see guys in TRW all the time making money no matter where they are, anywhere in the world, with the best teachers in the world. So anybody that's talking trash about TRW, I just don't get it. Don't you know that Andrew could have sold TRW by now? Could have long time sold it, but he keeps it because he's helping so many people. Of course he's making money. Profit is not a bad word. And when you could exit for the amount that he could possibly exit for, and he still keeps it for the people, what else could you ask for? If he were to sell the real world tomorrow, the price of the real world would triple overnight from anybody that acquired the company. TRW is the best online school on the planet, straight up. Any more questions?